at 1-2. This is a weird September for the Chiefs. Shannon, how worried are you about your Super Bowl pick?
I'm worried because the Chiefs, they don't look good, Skip, defensively. They don't really generate pressure. And the thing is that when your defense isn't very good, the last thing you can do is turn the ball over as an offensive unit. And we saw that last week. I think it was a Sunday night. Sunday night. We saw what happened with Patrick Mahomes. They had the 2 turnovers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbled late in the ball game, which actually sealed their fate. But then we come back and they turned the ball over 4 times, 3 straight possessions. But it just goes to show you how powerful their offense is, Skip. You turn the ball over 4 times and you lose by possession. So that just lets you know just how good offensively they are. But here are some defensive numbers. The defense is giving up 29, 36, and 30. Tied for the Lions, the 3rd worst scoring defense in the NFL. 3rd worst total defense. Worst yards per play. They're the 2nd worst rushing defense, Skip. And that's only after they gave up 77 yards yesterday. So if they'd have gave up the customary, they'd have been dead last. And what we're seeing is that we're seeing a defense that's reverting back to like what Mahomes had his first year starting, Skip. We knew how bad they were, but Mahomes kept bailing them out. But he can't bail them out if he's turning the ball over. 3 straight turnovers really doing this game. And Justin Herbert, Skip, I did not see this. I did not see this kid. I knew he was athletic, Skip, but I didn't know he could throw the ball like this. He was sensational. But I am concerned about the Kansas City Chiefs because their defense isn't very good. And they bump Chris Jones outside. And so to try to get some pressure, take advantage of, some weak offensive tackle, Skip. But I'm not so sure they wouldn't be better served bumping him back inside so he can get some interior push. But the Chiefs defense, I mean, for the coach to go for it on 4th and 4, and then they get a false start penalty and says, hell no, I'm still going for it on 4th and 9?
He did.
That tells you.
It took a pass side to do it, to a pass interference.
But here's the thing, Skip. I'm telling you, I have no fear. I don't have no respect for your defense that you're going to be able to stop me. And it always seems like, Skip, every time guys are running around like, guys are wide open. Austin Eckler catches the ball out of the backfield and nobody's within 15 yards of him. Keenan Allen catches the ball in the end zone and everybody's looking around. And it's like there's always confusion. I am deeply concerned for this defense. I just don't know how much. I mean, Pat Mahomes had a good game, but when your defense is bad, Skip, you cannot turn it over.
I think you didn't really mention your guy, Patrick Mahomes. You didn't really go in on it?
I said Patrick Mahomes cannot turn the ball over when your defense is that bad. They had 4 of them. And the pick to Kelsey, I mean, they're talking about with a no-look pass, Skip. The receiver doesn't know it's no look. It doesn't matter if he's looking or not. You just catch the ball when he throws it to you.
All right. I've been saying this for the last 4 years on this show. Patrick Mahomes cannot keep getting away with playing the way he plays. You just can't do it at this level. He more and more has to try to live up to his hype, to the expectations that he will go Harlem Globetrotters in an NFL game with no looks and between the legs and behind the backs and whatever else. And it's getting worse by the game to me. If we could go back quickly to the Ravens game, you remember what opened the door at Baltimore for the Ravens to storm back on the ground was this play. Patrick, just eat it. That's a bad idea. But he's gotten away with those before. And when in doubt, he just sees 87. I'll throw it to 87, and he'll catch it because he catches everything I throw. And unfortunately, a purple guy caught that ball. And that opened the floodgates. Okay, so yesterday, early on, he tries a no-look pass to the undrafted kid from Hawaii. And you just can't keep doing this because he's not going to be ready for it. And it's probably not going to be that accurate. It was behind him and high, and it results in young.
Okay, Skip, okay. It tipped up the hand. Are you going to go try to make the tackle, or are you going to go touch the guy down? I mean, he just threw it like it was at practice. Okay,
it's just a horrible idea, and you have to do it conventionally. You can't keep getting away with that.
How about just catch the ball?
Okay.
Well, I mean, so
it's behind you wild high, and you're not even sure he's throwing it to you, and it comes unexpectedly. And then if we could go to the end of the game, what loses the game for Kansas City is he runs around and backpedals, throws it off his back foot and just says, I see 87. I see him. I'll just throw it up and he'll go up and get it. Surely he will, unless I throw it 5 yards over his head. You can't play like that and win games even at home because they turned it over, as you said, 4 times, and the visitors turned it over 0 times.
And they scored 21 points off 3 of those turnovers.
You're probably going to lose that game. You're asking for it because he keeps asking for it. And again, seems like a good kid. We've had him on the show. He came on here after the Super Bowl to gloat and rub it in on me. But he got away with that big third down pass in the Super Bowl where he just flung it up into the flat and Tyreek had to come back and wave for a fair catch and catch it.
But Skip.
Well, it's just you can live and die, by those kind of crazy passes for a while, but after a while you're going to die more than you're going to live.
But think about this. The Kansas City's defense has only stopped one team from scoring a touchdown once they got into the red zone. Skip, at some point, you got to make people kick field goals. If you let them score, everybody scored. Once they get to the 20, it's a touchdown. Yesterday was the only first time that they held somebody to a field. Skip, you can't do that. You can't win like that.
All I know is I would not sell home insurance to my homeboy because he's high risk, man.
Yeah.
He's going, it's going to be pestilence or famine or flood or something's going to happen to his home because he is asking for trouble.
Yes, he plays high risk, and you can't temper him because you take away most of what he is. You have to let him play, but just, re-emphasize, we're not very good defensively. We can't you turn the ball over, we can't go back and take it right back from them like we once could.
But they wasted 186 yards rushing. Shouldn't that be good enough to keep Justin Herbert at bay?
Yes, because here's the thing, Skip. They're playing the shell coverage in which Tampa instituted against them. And so, and I tweeted, I said, you can't throw them out of it. You got to run them out of it. They're enticing you. They're daring you. We rather have you rush for 200 than have Pat Mahomes throw for 400. So they did a great job of running it, Skip. But guess what happened? Now, all of a sudden, Edwards-Helaire, he gets the ball punched out. So now, Skip, he's running like this here through the hole because he's not comfortable having it in one arm. It's just they can't turn the football over like they've been turning it over because they don't have the defense to stand behind them and bail them out.
So here come the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
Here come your Denver Broncos.
Yes.
There were yesterday the Los Angeles Chargers.
This division is tough, Skip.
I'd say it's pretty tough, and I would say this team is looking up at those 3 teams right now out of the cellar, which I didn't see coming.
Right, and you got to go on the road. You got to go to San Diego. You still got the Raiders. You still got the Broncos. You still got 2 games against the Broncos, 2 games against the Raiders. But, Skip, their defense is concerning to me. I'll say that. I can, because here's the thing. I can tell Mahomes, look, I need you to do a better job of protecting the football. What do I tell the guys? How do I tell my defense to stop being the worst defense in football? I can't get better players. That's it. I got what I got.
So I will conclude this discussion by saying I'm also slightly concerned about my AFC Super Bowl pick, the Cleveland Browns, whose defense just annihilated poor Justin Fields.
But that's not saying much for that offensive line.
That's not saying much. I agree with you. But yesterday, guess who came back?
Odell looked good, too.
Oh, did he?
He looked good, Odell.
So Baker went back to Odell-centric and threw him 7 targets. The next wide receiver on that list got 2 targets.
Well, there was no Jarvis in the game. Who you want him to throw the ball to?
Well, I'm worried about this because I think he's going to go Odell crazy, and it won't be good for Baker Mayfield.
He threw 7 targets to Kareem Hunt. I mean, so what, you want Peoples-Jones and Higgins and Hooper, you want them to get more targets?
Yes, I do. Got to spread the ball. That's why he's been on it such a roll until yesterday. And they were having a hard time holding off the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. The Bears sacked Baker 5 times.
Got it. Yep. Looking for Odell, holding the ball, Pat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Where are you?
So you see what you do? Baker struggles. It's Odell's fault. So whose fault was it when he didn't struggle? When he wasn't in the game and he struggled? Whose fault was it then?
Well, we didn't need a fault. He was on fire. He was on fire down the stretch.
Y'all lost to Kansas City. Odell wasn't there.
Oh, I thought he played great in that game.
Oh, you thought so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That one is
lose.
going to keep us talking. I'm not worried about Baker.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.